Hello there everyone, it is Mitsu here and welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we will have a look on the tactical benefits of performing step overs. So basically, step overs are considered as one of the simplest yet most effective skill moves in football. In this video, we will break down the tactical benefits of performing this move on the pitch, and finally, at the end of the video, we will go through why this move may not work during some cases. Getting behind the opposition. In this example, Rashford was able to get behind his marker after performing the step over. This gave him a shooting opportunity since he was inside the box. Here, Mbappe noticed the huge space available in the midfield, so he performed the step over to dribble in this 1 versus 1 situation. By doing that, he is now positioned between the midfield and defensive lines of the opposition, and he is having possession. As he continued to move forward, he pulled the defender out of position to press him. In this scenario, he had an option to pass it to the side and use the space that he just created, but he decided to perform another step over. He didn't lose possession at the end of the day, as he got fouled. As I mentioned in previous videos, getting the ball between the midfield and defensive lines of the opposition is a huge progression to any attack. Now Gnabry was against Robertson in this 1 versus 1 situation. Notice how he performs the step over and quickly kicks the ball into the space, which allowed him to be behind Liverpool's defenders. Rashford here again, but in a 2 versus 1 situation. He noticed the space behind him, performed the step over, and he actually managed to pull this nutmeg while moving towards space. In this example, Neymar was trying to get the ball between the midfield and defensive lines as the opposition was using a medium defensive block. Notice how he waits until the opposition throws and goes for the standing tackle. By that, he completely gets rid of his marker and gets the ball between the midfield and defensive lines of the opposition. Remember that the opposition is forced to slow down when you start performing these step overs. That is the reason behind the speed boost that you get as an attacker after performing it. The more you wait for the opposition to go for a tackle or slow down even more and stop, for example, the more effective this move will be. Opening up spaces to shoot. Step overs can be used as a good way of setting up the ball before shooting. In this example, you can see that it's pretty obvious that Greenwood will want to set the ball to his right since there are 2 players from Liverpool blocking the way to the goal. However, by performing these step overs, he forced the defenders to stop, so the reaction time wasn't quick enough to block the ball. Yes, the ball wasn't scored, but hey, take a look at this. Greenwood again from a very similar position to what we saw against Liverpool. As he gets inside the box, he pulls the attention of many players, but he performs these step overs to stop the defenders from rushing towards him, which opened up enough spaces for him to score the goal. Here, Cristiano Ronaldo doing the same thing to create a shooting opportunity. So try to duplicate the concept of the setup touch before shooting with the step overs, to give yourself the opportunity to shoot more often. Getting rid of the pressure. Step overs are also a valid option to get rid of the pressure while building up. Once you notice that the opposition is pressing you, you can force them to stop by performing one of these. You can always pass the ball backwards to look for better options to break through the defense. More crossing opportunities. Just like the shooting space that we discussed earlier, step overs can also be used as a setup for the crosses. Remember that the opposition will always be in this pose when trying to defend against your step overs. Also, he is waiting for your movement to react to it. So you can win more space by forcing them inside. Then perform the step over to stop them from reaching the ball. Once that is done, set the ball up into the space and quickly cross it inside. You can always use body feints as well while performing these step overs to increase the effectiveness. I've created a whole video explaining body feints just like this one. The link will be in the description down below. Avoid losing possession. So this is where things get a little bit tricky. Performing skill moves in general is not the ideal thing to do when you are trying to keep possession. Anyone can always argue that you can basically just pass the ball backwards and avoid giving the opposition the ball. But if you go for the dribble and succeed, you will get the applause since you just scored the goal or gave an assist. So in other words, it's either good or bad, there's no in between. The only advice I can give you here is to know when it's alright to go for the dribble. Whenever you are on the wing, for example, it is safe to dribble. Even if you lost the ball, it won't be really dangerous compared to losing the ball in the midfield. But what could go wrong? Why wouldn't actually work sometimes? Pace is always the first issue in most cases. You need to be quick. The idea behind step overs in general is to be unpredictable. So if you give enough time for the opposition to react, they will intercept the ball. Also, you will notice that whenever you go against a defender in the 1 versus 1 situation, that defender will ask for backup. Try to go for the dribble as quick as possible before you get outnumbered. So that was it guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Step overs was requested a lot really, so I'm happy that this video is finally out. On a side note, make sure to check out my Instagram as I'm uploading content every single day over there. And if you have any suggestions for future videos, please let me know. And yeah, check out this body feints video as it's really related to this topic and will allow you to try and create different training scenarios for yourself. Anyway, that was it for today. Thanks for watching and I'll see you guys in the next one.